Hi, I'm Hande the Dietitian and welcome to Healthy Made Simple, where I show you how to make healthy eating simple. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how I made this spaghetti squash pasta bake. This recipe is great for meal prepping ahead of time. This big batch you're seeing made 3 dinners for us, so this was great to bake up on the weekend so that we can get 3 easy dinners done for the week. If you're interested to see how I put together this spaghetti squash pasta bake, stay tuned for the recipe. Alrighty, let's go. We're going to start by preheating our oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit to bake the spaghetti squash first. So while that's going, let's prep our squash. Now I'm working with these 3 medium-sized spaghetti squashes. This was a 3-pack that I got from Costco. So I started by washing them thoroughly to make sure they were nice and clean. And then we're going to take these guys, dry them up, and cut them in half. Now this part is a little bit scary, so be careful here. Don't cut yourself. It can move around quickly, but basically you're trying to make a little nick and go all the way around the whole thing until you can get to a point where you can cut through the end so that you have nice 2 halves of the spaghetti squash. This is how we want to bake them, roast them in the oven. Alright, and then we're going to take our halves, grab a spoon, and we're going to dig out all of the seeds and fibers that are in the middle there, so it's nice and clean on the inside. This is what it should look like. And then we're going to drizzle olive oil into all of these, and I'm going with a little light to medium drizzle. And I'm going to use my brush to make sure all of the olive oil is spread out and not just a pool at the bottom of my squash. And then we're going to do salt first. Salt generously. This is a big portion of squash. And then you want to do pepper as well too, some black pepper for flavor. And then we're going to put these guys on a baking sheet with parchment paper upside down and then poke them with a fork to help release some of that steam and heat that's going to be coming out of these guys. And once they're prepped and ready to go, into the oven they're going to go. I've got my 6 halves here going in, and it's going to go in at 400 for 30 minutes. Alright, while that is roasting up, I'm going to make some pasta on the side. This is brown rice and quinoa pasta from Trader Joe's. I'm going to use half of this pack for this recipe, so we're going to keep it low carb. And then in a separate pot, I'm doing olive oil, a generous portion of olive oil. And then to that, I'm going to add in 2 bell peppers, a red and a yellow one, and a red onion that have been diced up. You can use any onion. And once that's cooked a little bit, I'm going to add in a large minced garlic cube for more flavor. And then we're going to add in 4 chicken sausage links that have been diced up. And for my chicken sausage, I am using this one from Kirkland. This is the fully cooked chicken sausage with Parmesan and cracked black pepper flavor. And we'll let that cook on the side, and in the meantime our spaghetti squash was ready coming out of the oven. And then I'm going to flip them all around so we can shred them up to make that delicious spaghetti squash. And for this, you're just going to use your fork. Be careful, it is hot. So just hold gently while you dig out all of the spaghetti squash pieces until you're left with something that looks like this. Alright, once all of your spaghetti squash is ready, now we can do the bake. Now into my Pyrex, I'm going to add in all of my spaghetti squash, and you'll probably end up digging into your squash here as well too while you get it all in the Pyrex, so it looks like this. Ton of veggies. To that, we're going to add in our cooked sausage and pepper and onion mixture, and this is the protein and some extra veggies. And then we're going to add in our pasta, half of that packet of pasta that we had cooked. And then lastly, some sauce, and I'm using Rao's homemade marinara sauce. You can use any sauce you like for this. And then we're going to add in a little bit of cheese. And we're going to give these guys a good mix around until you're left with something that looks like this. And we're going to top that off with a little bit more cheese as well for some flavor. There is a ton of veggies in here, guys. Amazing. Into the oven it goes. And once we put it in the oven, this is going to bake at 350 for 15 minutes, and that helps bring all of those flavors together. Make sure that cheese is nice and melty on the top, and you're gonna end up with something that looks like this. This was so delicious. So many veggies, very easy to eat, very flavorful, great poops the next day thanks to all that fiber. And it was actually really filling too. We made 3 dinners out of this, so each portion size was relatively big and we both felt pretty satisfied afterwards. But this is a spaghetti squash pasta bake. If you wanted, you could always add more pasta to this as well too. I just kept the pasta portion a little bit smaller to make this lower carb dinner option. Alrighty, well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that it gave you a good meal prep idea for next time. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so, and stay tuned for more videos like this where I show you how to make healthy eating simple at home. Bye bye!